Administrator, please mute yourself or minimize the noise in your place. Admin. Okay, thank you for reducing the noise that has been there. In the morning, we look at stages in development and end of a social problem. And one thing we look at it is we say social problems, they start somewhere, they move from one stage to another until they get to a particular stage where government can come in and begin to do all the attempt to control it. But social problem, it does not stop or doesn't just start in the society. There are a lot of social problems that are rooted for our immediate family. So we are looking at social problems associated with family. As you are aware, family is the fundamental unit in the society, where a lot of activities from society start from a family perspective. If you look at family, family is a unit that initiates human beings to the society, the trend. It is a very important unit of socialization. So if we are talking of anything in the society, we can't just say family should be excluded. Here we want to look at how family social problems are associated with the family. There are a lot of such social problems, and the family has a significant impact to play in the society. Understanding some of these problems and developing effective interventions and support system may help. Or if a family doesn't understand some of these problems and develop interventions at family level, which is the beginning of uh, socialization, then we are in a trouble. So we want to look at social problems associated with the family. A family, this particular one, it is a big problem, as you can see here. People are demonstrating. People, husband and wife, they are here trying to show their power. The little child that is there is fed up, is crying that this particular social problem is called domestic violence. It includes physical, emotional, psychological abuse within the family, often directed at spouse, partner, or children. You talk of physical abuse. The one that is done here is the physical abuse. You see people, usually it starts from people being very emotional. From emotional, it goes to physical abuse. You talk to your spouse, who respond in a weird manner that you surprised. Who say, me, I can't do it. Oh. Me, I'm not involved. But your presentation will be in a very simple manner, but the way you get response, you discover that that person is emotional. From emotional, it goes to physical. Then you begin to look at how the mind will be able to isolate this domestic violence and manage it. Then here we'll talk of psychological aspect of it. How does the mind attempt to control this domestic violence? If you have the most ever experienced it, people will talk about it and you underrate it. But somebody with experience will tell you that this is not easy to go about it. Psychological aspect of it is so much that at times the physical one and the emotional one, psychological aspect of it is heavier than every other one, because the psychological aspect of it will remain in your mind. I recall my wife telling me of her classmate who went to school after writing a test. He was not comfortable. Her performance was very bad and she knew. And that thing kept on ringing in her mind for a very long time. As she left school, campus, and was going home, she never knew when she was almost at the center of the road. I'm only giving you an example here. I'm not saying it was a violence, domestic violence that led to that. But even domestic violence can even, the psychological one can take that type of dimension, which is why I want to bring it here. That something may happen in your house, maybe your partner, your love partner or spouse, and that thing keep on ringing in your mind for the entire day. You wouldn't know. You want to cross road, or you are going along the road. You wouldn't know when you start talking to yourself about what really happening. What is happening to this person? I thought I'm managing this thing very well. All of a sudden, bringing all those things. What's happening? So the lady was on top of the road. Unfortunately, but fortunately for her, it was an Okada person who came and hit her. She fell down. It was until when she fell down that she discovered she was on the ground. And passers-by rushed the Okada person, only to realize that Okada said this lady was on the top of the road, on the center of the road. When he came this way, tempted to dodge her, she went the direction she was dodging her towards. And there was nothing he could do that to hit her. She was rescued and taken by the side. Asked her what really happened. She said she didn't know that she was on top of the road though. Okay, what that Okada man said that hit her said was true. Because psychologically the mind wasn't there. If you have it, you wouldn't know when you start talking to yourself. Somebody is moving alone because of domestic violence, experience at home, and is talking alone, just talking and demonstrating. He's walking, all of a sudden the person will talk to himself and continue going again. So we can see that there are a lot of causes. Here we can see power imbalance, stress, substance abuse, cultural norms, and tolerance violence. You are there. You want to take over the entire house, and your spouse is not allowing you. Anything she brings is wrong. Any of his idea, he wants to take control. You are looking at it from the negative perspective. You wouldn't value anything, any of his or her contribution. You are discussing a matter. Any point he or she raises is against you. That same point you raised and you are against it. That same advice he gave and you are against it. Somebody else will give you that advice and you accept it. This is because domestic violence has taken place, and at times you are left with scars. You are left with indelible marks that make you not to accept anybody. At times, people don't trust anybody. Some individuals don't trust anybody because of domestic violence. If you are a lady or you are a man and you have been attacked by your spouse, somebody who you feel you can confide to, all of a sudden start attacking you physically, emotionally, and psychologically. Hey, so who will I confide to? So you don't have trust on anybody again. Whatever another person's brings in is unacceptable. It's only your view because you no longer trust people whom you feel you should have trusted 100 or 95%. There are a lot of consequences, including long-term psychological trauma, physical injuries, disruption of family structure. Children exposed to domestic violence may develop behavioral and emotional problems. Let me tell you a story of somebody in my village. This man and his wife, domestic violence, physical abuse, domestic violence was one of the things that they do every day. They used to do every day. And their children, they grew up in this manner. There was a day one of their children went somewhere, and as children were playing, he took something. It was a boy. He took a toy and tied it to the thread and started beating this toy. This is how, sadly, this is how my father used to beat my mother every day. The boy was enjoying carrying out that at the act of beating the toy and demonstrating how the father used to beat the mother. The talk of physical injuries, people get injured at the cause of domestic violence. It's psychological trauma. You be a man, you will not be comfortable. See how he took that item on me. Hey, scared. Even in a dream, somebody will sleep and dream of what has happened. Shouting in a dream because it has happened that way. Children will be left uncontrollably at the beginning of domestic violence, physical domestic violence. Parents will be divided, children will be divided among the parents. The mother will say, if I'm the person that born you, you dare accept for that man, the husband now. The wife is calling the husband, that man, for that man to send you. If that man sends you and you go, you are in trouble. Then the father will go on telling a little child, if that woman sends you and you go, I'll beat the hell out of you. So imagine the children now are at crossroad on who to follow. Should I follow my mother or the father? Few months or years after, they become resistant to the two parents, to both the father and the mother. If it's sent by the mother, it's the same thing. Sent by the father, because that was how they would wrap up. These are some of the consequences. Children leaving their parents at a very tender age because they were not given proper home training. Children indulging in juvenile, so much juvenile delinquencies because they don't have anybody to control them. Children imbibing very bad habits like the one I mentioned, that a young boy was beaten, tied, toy, somewhere was beaten. I'm very happy announcing that that is how the mother beat, the father used to beat the mother. Another one we are looking at here is separation. An act of parents dissolving the marriages, no longer staying together. This is very, very significant in the society now. Parents not staying together. The day they are married, they are very happy either in the court or in the worship center, singing songs, and they ask a lot of people to come and watch them join together. Within few months or few years, I can no longer tolerate this lady. I can no longer tolerate this man. A friend of mine, after marrying his wife for 2 years, called me that he won divorce. I told him, my friend, just calm down. Him and the wife were not staying in the same place. The wife is a police personnel. And he called the wife 10 good times without the wife picking up. The next thing is my closest friend, my late closest friend. So he called me that this is what he wished to do. I said, my friend, just calm down. I've been in this system for so many years, so I'm in the best position to advise you. That may not be anything, just that ladies, their normal way, when they are going out, they have like 3 or 4 bags. The first part, they will put their hand, sit inside, put it in another one, put it in the third one. As they are moving, they will put it inside the pocket. And at times the phone is on vibration or silence. You call 10 times without the lady answering. You call 10 times without the man answering. And simply because of that, you want to divorce your partner. Just wait. When you visit her, you observe some of the things I told you. And actually, when that my late friend visited the wife, he observed the same thing. At times, he used to be the one who would be moving with the wife's phone. Take it, you left your phone inside the bedroom, and you go outside the bedroom to the parlor, outside to the kitchen that is outside, far away from the main building. and you are cooking there, how do you expect to answer call? This thing is called answer. It's not bag or bed or table set. Why don't you go about it? When he visited me another time, he told me that I never knew. Thank you for advising me right. But there are things that are beyond this that would lead to divorce or marriages. It said incompatibility, financial stress, infidelity, and lack of communication. When people get married, if I'm there to advise them, I used to tell them that one key thing is patience, patience, and patience. Patience is followed by communication, proper communication. Be aware that even identical twins that are not genetically the same. And the way God has made it, you leave your parents to join a person you have never been with. During the time you were doing jolly jolly, it was a different thing. Now you have to show your real color. All the hidings you have been doing, all those things you have been doing, uh, inside the other side, in the other side, they will come to light. Now, it has gone beyond a point of return that your spouse will get to know some of them. So what you need to do is just to communicate. But if you don't do it, you are bound to face a lot of problems. If you are not patient, you also face a lot of issues with your marriage. So what you need to do is communicate, and be patient. If all of this incompatibility, financial stress, infidelity, but if the partners are patient, some of these things will fade with time. Incompatibility, yes. You will not marry, you will not born in the same family. That you are coming to stay together, there's no way you will be automatically compatible. Financial stress, patience, you sit down and look at certain things to go into that will make you get some finances to fund your projects. Infidelity, be contented with what you have. If you are not contented, you are bound to go out looking for those beautiful things that can even lead to a lot of problems. Communication. If you don't communicate, you are going to face a lot of challenges. Then the consequences are emotional stress for all family members, financial hardship, and potential behavioral issues in children, leading to single parents, household, and face additional socioeconomic challenges. So many of our children today that are brought up either by single parents or no parents at all because lack of parental care, because of separation, divorce. Lack of parental care affect them, most of them negative, especially those who never lived and were not brought up by people who were careful. Look at the second picture. The second picture here is looking at after separation or divorce, who is going to stay with the child or the children. In the other one, parents will say, I'll take the child, I'll take responsibility. And now it's like they are breaking a little baby. In the other one, the mother says she will go with the child. And as the mother is going with the child has extended her hand to the father. You see the kind of trauma that will make our children go into. Somebody who would have been enjoying himself. Another social problem is child abuse and neglect. This one is very prevalent in the society. People give birth to so many children and they don't take care of them. Your own is just to give birth because God has blessed you with the energy, God has blessed you with every other thing that requires giving birth. At the end of it, you are not able to take care of the children. This leads to physical, emotional, sexual abuse, and also neglect of children by parents or caregivers. If you give birth to children and you don't take care of them, the probability that they will be physically and emotionally or sexually abused is very high. If you give birth to many children, the probability that you have the financial wherewithal to take care of them and the probability that you have the financial wherewithal to take care of them is very low. Then you resort to so many things. And you even force the children to go into things like hockey. In hockey, people, the society, part of the society will look at it as you have neglected your childhood, your children. They will tend to be abused by people or in places where they sell. At times when I look at children, hockey, juveniles walking on the street, I sympathize with them. And some of them, the way they wear clothes, so provocative to men. You are hockey and you are wearing something so tight. Some men don't have control of their feelings. So when they see you, the next thing is come inside. No, I don't have money there. Come here, let me buy it here. And you enter, booth. The door is closed. All those ones, what are the causes? At times, they see our caregivers here. When we leave, the other day we discussed it, when we leave our children, little children in the hands of caregivers, they tend to abuse them by giving them, drugging them. And a child that is drugged at the very early stage has the probability of the drug affecting the brain, affecting the functionality of the child in a later life. Causes, it will cause substance abuse, mental health issues, economic stress, and lack of parental skills. If your child is there and not being properly taken care of, neglected, they were doing the bad wagon, and there is this probability of them going into things that they see other children on the street doing, like substance abuse, taking hard drugs, taking India hemp, and this may lead to a lot of mental health issues. Some of them, when they take it and they don't feed properly, it leads to mental retardation. See them pulling out their clothes and behaving as if they are gone mad, and some of them go mad completely. Then the issue of them not having anything resorting to hawking or begging. The consequences are long-lasting psychological effect, developmental delays, and increased risk of future substance abuse and criminal behavior. These children are neglected. Long-lasting psychological effect. Their system don't develop very well. Then the delay, increase in risk of future substance abuse, as I earlier mentioned. As we are talking, if you want to say anything, say it to. Don't allow me to be talking alone. I'll talk, and you wouldn't say anything. Who wants to talk? By Azent or anybody who may wish to talk will go ahead. Then another thing is economic hardship. Economic hardship is a word that is frequently used by all Nigerians in anything we are doing. If we have committed an offense because of economic hardship, if we come to work late, it's because of economic hardship. Anything that we do wrong is because of economic hardship. Yes, economic hardship is there. Difficulties that affect families' ability to meet their needs usually push people go into things that they are not expected to partake in. So this is actually dangerous. It's actually something else. Yes, you can go ahead and talk. Why can't?
Good afternoon, Doc. So I'm a little
Thank you
bit,
very much.
yes, sir. So I'm a little bit confused, and I need more light on this question I'm going to ask. So before I want to talk about this divorce. So before you heard that a family has a divorce, it will take time. But nowadays, the divorce is like the water we are drinking every day. You discover that somebody will marry in the next 2 months. You heard that that partner they have issue and they divorced. Then I do ask this question time without number. What is the really cause? Is it that they are forcing our ladies and our men nowadays to marry, or how? And what is really causing that? And the way out, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. He has asked a question that in the past, people marry and spend their entire life. Nowadays, things have gone the opposite side. What is causing it, and what's the way forward? Who would want to answer him? Let's answer him. Nobody to answer him.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Well,
Ralph.
my answer will be that one, some of these marriages, either they are built on false foundations. What do I mean by that? Sometimes some people get married, and in the course of courtship, they are not really sincere to themselves. They don't really know each other per se. So sometimes they have expectations that are very, very selfish. Like, for example, I had a friend who got married to a lady, and the marriage too didn't last long. And what I came to understand was that this my friend had an uncle that was in Canada, and the lady was aware of the my friend and the uncle were not really having a robust relationship. But the girl was thinking she will get married into the family, and maybe there will be benefit that she could be getting from no, not even the uncle, sorry, the elder brother that will be getting from the elder brother, from the husband's elder brother. And again, this my friend, from what I got from him, he knew that girl, and they didn't really cut, and they lost contact. They didn't see for a very long time. And after she's met this girl, the girl was going for medical checkup in India. So he came back and was like, the girl had money and all of that. He felt that the girl, her status have changed. So the two of them were not really truthful to each other. So when they finally got married, the
Nathaniel,
girl too.
mute yourself. Nathaniel, please mute yourself.
So so when they finally got married, this my friend, the girl too discovered the benefit she was assuming to get if she gets or becomes part of that family were not there. And my friend too discovered the girl hyped herself. It was though a politician that gave her money that time to go for checkup, and the impression she gave was as if she's comfortable, she has arrived, she's financially stable and all of that. So the two of them didn't really were not true to themselves, didn't really give their time to court, to do a courtship and be able to know each other and be able to be sincere with each other. So the marriage didn't last when they finally got married. So when marriages are built on falsehood, likely they may not last. It's better you know each other very well and be able to accept the flaws of each other, be able to accept the differences, be able to make up your mind that what I'm going into is a life journey. It's not something I can just go in and come out. That's my take, sir.
Thank you very much. Crystal Barrett raised her hand, but it's like it's no longer on the meeting. Yes, Jatu, you have the microphone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very
Hello.
much. Yes, we are with you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I initially didn't want to talk today, but I don't know. I want to support what the last speaker said concerning falsehood in marriage. I also want to add that most of the time when this young generation called Gen Z, they are more concerned, they are more focused on the wedding and not the marriage. They are more focused on that day, the celebration, the clothes they will wear, the dance steps they will dance, the people that will come, that they will show them that they have arrived, they are now married. They are more concerned about that particular day and not the aftermath of the event. So they don't prepare their mindset for what is going to come afterwards. And then most of the time they feel that, okay, because while we were dating, we used to go out every time. I don't get to cook, I don't clean, I don't do anything. When we get married, that pattern will still continue. We will go out to eat, we will get someone to clean and cook, I get to dress as I want. I get to go to parties and behave as I want. Then when they eventually get married and their partner now expects to see some level of change in them because of the fact that their status in the society too have changed, it becomes a problem. They see it as being caged, and they don't want to be caged. They want to be free to fly as they wish to. They don't want to be told what to do, where to go and where not to go. So all those things now start affecting them, and they feel, okay, the best thing to do is to opt out of this marriage. I'd rather be single and slay and flex than to be caged and bonded and be told what to or what not to do. So it affects them. And then because they also want to please the society, probably maybe their friends are all married. So even if the person is giving them red flags of domestic violence, substance abuse, or what not, because the person wants to marry them and because their friends are married, desperation pushed them into getting married. And then after being married, maybe the person used to beat you once in a week. The person decides to make it a daily routine. He starts beating you every day. He's already married to you. You cannot go anywhere. That's the person's thought. And to you, you are saying that is not what you bargained for. It is better for the person not to continue using you as a punching bag and for the world to laugh at you than for you to remain there and die of domestic violence. So they end up choosing the other option, which is divorce. And if they have children, those children, just as you had rightly said earlier, the children are at the receiving end because it affects them mentally, psychologically, and also in the society. Affects them psychologically, mentally, and also they grow up being different from those people that grew up with both parents. So that's my take, sir. Thank you. Sorry I'm breathing like this. I'm walking on the road. That's why my breathing is deep. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very, very much. That's the advantage of technology. Had it been we don't have this technology, we wouldn't have allowed you to be working and be attending lectures and contributing. Echelade, yes, can you go ahead and talk?
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, class. Another factor to add up to what they have already said is age of both parties. There's a case recently that I witnessed, and then in fact we are still on it. The man is almost close to 50 and was never married, and then the woman is 40 something and was never married and has never been married except this present marriage. And they both got married last year, barely a year. And then issues of my space, your space became a problem. Issues of unrealistic expectations, just like the first speaker spoke about. You know, the man was expecting that the woman had a lot of money for him to come and spend, have space for him, already have a house, already have properties in the house. His own was just to come and move in and then live his normal life depending on the woman. And reverse was the case. So when they got married, he discovered that the woman had nothing, and he started accusing the woman that, so you deceived me because you know that I have wealthy siblings. So a lot was the issues, and then issues of, because the woman was already aged, is already aged. She had issues of conception, and then a lot of issues start coming up because of age. A lot of complications start pumping in because of age. And then the man now decided that no, he cannot take this, that he did not get married into problem. that he just wants to be a free person, that he love is free as a single life more than when he got married and start asking for divorce. I think age can also be a major factor to be considered in all these divorce
Thank
issues.
you. Then what's the way forward? What's the way forward?
Yes,
Very brief.
In my own angle here, the way forward is that before you get married as a girl and a boy and
You
a
have
man.
covered your mouthpiece.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
The way forward from my angle here is that before you get married, I think it's important that you really know what you want, and you need to understand your spouse. And the issue of dating is not is not really a joke, because dating for a longer period of time will really help than just meeting somebody 1 month, though it may just help, because than meeting somebody 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and there you go, you get married to the person. But I feel that if you had dated somebody for a very long while and then know the person's home and how the person is being raised and all his or her expectations, that will limit a little the issues we have in our in marriages in our society today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. All of you, I want to appreciate all of you who have contributed concerning this topic. Your contributions are highly valued. There are a lot of issues. Let me start from where the last speaker stopped. I dated, thank God that when I wanted to marry, I've never told any other lady that I wanted to marry you except my wife. We dated for 6 years. 6 good years. So there are lots of issues. The issue of, we have pointed some of them out: pretense, high test, lack of home training. At times we have these children. God has given us, we are blessed with the children, but we don't give them proper home training. And when they grow up and they get to the larger society, they begin to have problems. And another thing is lack of sincerity. You are not sincere to yourself. You are not sincere to your partner. It becomes something very difficult. Even the parents are not sincere with their children. It becomes something else. So these are all factors that contribute to the issue of separation, to the issue of divorce. Another factor is education has also positive and negative ways. People that are educated and they get to know their rights very well, some of them, they've always feel you have infringed on my rights. I can't tolerate it. Go to her. Let's go to court. Those things are all also there. Economic hardship is one of the causes, because it is one of the very problems, like unemployment, underemployment, and so many other things. Because consequences are stress, poor hygiene, inadequate nutrition, limited access to education, as you can see here. There are so many of them. We'll go on and on and on. Then you look at the issue of mental health. Raf, you are raising your hand.
Yes, sir.
But you want to say something?
Sir?
I say your hand is up. You want to say
Okay,
something?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just wanted
Okay.
to chip in something from
Oh,
the last topic we mentioned about marriage. That
okay.
a marriage is an institution which has its own laws. Just to agree to what you said, because of education, some people will say I know my rights, you are will infringe on my rights and all that. Marriage is an institution with its own rights. And when you begin to carry other rights that are outside of marriage to apply in marriage, certainly the marriage is bound to witness a crisis. Like for example, where people will say, if lawyers always, particularly maybe female lawyers, will always want to apply law at every stage or at every decision in marriage, which is very very difficult for that to flow, because marriage is an institution with its own laws. So any law outside of these laws that marriage has, it will conflict and issues will come up. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Ted.
Hello, sir. Sir, I want to
Yes,
make a little contribution
you
too.
have the floor. Go ahead.
Yes. The issue of marriage is something that has to do with the choice of the two parties. If people are ready to be married, they trust themselves. Number one, they make their mind that we will stay together. But without this, I don't think there can be marriage. If you feel that your education is too important for you, you cannot stay. There are ladies that marry people that are not even educated. They still live together all through their lives. There are men that go for women that are not even educated. They live together happily. So all these things a matter of choice. If you are very educated and you also choose a lady that is educated, and both of you have agreed that you will live together and make a family, I think that is the only thing that will keep you together. There's this case of one of my friends. The guy is an architect. The lady was a nurse and all of that. She will always go to duty and give the guy excuses that she's going on or she's on duty, and she will just take her uniform, wear dress out and go, carry her bag and put some other clothes and go. And then later the guy discovered that she was going not even the duty, she would go and stay somewhere else and come back later in the morning, with using that as an excuse. And the guy got to find out. So that is a breach of trust. The guy discovered all this and then he had to what? Throw her out. And again, this same lady I'm talking about will bring her friends and come and host parties in her husband's house when the guy is away. She will bring friends, they will do party. I was part of them and I know what took place. At the end, this guy discovered that this was what was happening. I had to throw her out. So I think it's a issue that these two parties, the woman and the man, had to make their mind, had to choose to stay together. Without trust, even your finances, without trust, I give my wife my ATM card. Sometimes she controls my money. It's a trust issue. I give her to take, make, give her the list of the things she needs to do. She goes ahead to do all those things. Likewise, her, she does the same thing too. So I think marriage is a matter of trust. It's not whether you are educated or you are rich. If you are not ready to stay together, I don't think there's a need for you to come together in the first place. So, sir, please, this is my own point of this is my own point of view. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I value your contributions. All what we are saying here is in the marriage, we have to be sincere. We have mentioned so many of them. I just want to reinforce some of them. We have to be sincere. We should not pretend. If we take pretense ahead of everything, the marriage cannot work. If you are marrying a lady, make sure that the lady or the man was well trained in terms of he has a very good home training. Otherwise, after marriage, few years, violence will set in, domestic violence will set in when things are not going as expected. You communicate, you trust. Sincerity and sincerity goes with trust. If you are sincere, you open up and the other person will trust you. Assuming it is my wife, assuming it is my husband, she would have told me everything. There is no harm letting your spouse knows how much you collect if you are working. There's no harm telling your spouse, this is what I get from this business on daily basis. And the interest is this. We'll get to know it and manage ourselves well. So thank you, and thank you. Our time is up, so we call it a day here. Any other comment you want to make tomorrow? When we come back tomorrow, we'll resume tomorrow, we'll start on mental health issues. For now, any comment or question on what we have done this afternoon?
At my end, no question, sir.
It's self-explanatory for my side.
John,
No questions.
John, say something. Is that John talking?
Tom, we want you to, we will be very quiet. We haven't heard you this afternoon. Oguga, say hi, bye-bye to the class.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
There is this Anne Chagu.
Thank you, sir.
She didn't join now.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you, Jimmy. Say hi to the class, please. Jimmy, I'm saying you should say hi to the class.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, class.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye to everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, sir. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you, sir.